we just found dropping off another piece of furniture.
Oh, they're nice.
Look how nice they are. So we loaded them in the car and we were on our way. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Crystal with Crystal Thrifts and Flips, and if you're new here, what I do on this channel is basically transform different pieces of furniture, give them a makeover, and in today's video I'm going to be transforming 2 side tables that I found on the side of the road. They're headed for the landfill, so I'm basically going to be turning trash into profit. So if you're interested, definitely subscribe, like this video, and let's get started. I actually found these side tables while delivering the hutch that I did in the previous video, so I thought that was pretty cool. And they were literally almost in perfect condition. I was debating even painting them, but I still wanted to give them an update. It was such a nice day out, so I decided to sand in my backyard for today. I brought both of the tables outside to get sanding, and I brought my rolling cart. I purchased this from Target a few months back, and it is so convenient. It just keeps everything that I need right in one spot. I went with 80 grit sandpaper to start off with. I didn't feel like stripping this, so I wanted to see how easily the finish would come off with just sanding, and surprisingly it came off really well, so I was super happy about that. It took about 5 minutes to get the first layer of the dark finish off, and then after I did that, I switched to a 150 grit sandpaper to get the rest of the dark spots off. On the sides of the table, I just went in with a nice scuff sand because that's actually a spot I'm going to be painting. And then I started on the second side table. I'm completely taking off the finish on both of these on the top because I'm going to be leaving that natural wood and painting the base. I was super happy with the wood grain that I found underneath this dark finish because sometimes you just never know what you're going to get. And then I flipped the tables over and scuff sanded the base, the legs, and all the detailed spots. It's a little hard to sand these, so in some spots I did have to hand sand, but I mostly went in with my orbital sander. Next, I went in with one of my favorite items. It is my shop vac, and I just vacuumed up all of the loose dust as much that I could before I went in with a rag and cleaned it out really nice. Especially in these more detailed spots, it can kind of get hard to get all the dust out when you're using a wet rag, so this just makes my job so much easier. And here's my makeshift paint stilts. I used them from leftover pavers that we had from the backyard. And I'm getting ready to prime this piece. I used my 2 zebra brushes and obviously my round brush, which I love. Especially on this piece right here, it is definitely a must with all of these detailed spots on the table. This was actually my first time trying out the chiseled edge brush from Zebra. I wish I would have tried it out sooner. I bought it in a pack a few months back and I was really impressed with the nice clean straight line that it left. I made sure to do 2 coats of primer. Sometimes I only do 1, but especially on these more detailed spots where I couldn't sand as well as I would like, I made sure to do 2 coats because I really want my paint to stick. I was doing some late night priming, so I started on the second side table, and if you watch my previous video, you'll definitely find this color familiar. I used it on the hutch. It's the Early Bird by the Chippy Barn. I absolutely love this color, and I had a lot of it left over, so I chose it for these side tables. I've been flipping furniture now for a little over a year, but my last few pieces have actually been custom pieces, so I've been buying a lot of paint. So it's nice now to find these where I can just use some paint that I've already had and I don't have to wait for it to come in the mail, and I can just flip them and get them out and post on Facebook Market as fast as possible to make a profit. Quick tip that I wanted to share with you guys that I've learned from trial and error is that when you're painting these like rounded legs or even square legs on pieces of furniture, always do light coats, because if not, you're gonna get those weird drip marks and then you're gonna have to sand it, and then it just makes the job 10 times harder. So just a quick tip of the day. Decided to stain the top of the tables, and I chose the color Natural by Mini Wax. These two pieces of fabric I have right here, I actually cut them off of a dress that I bought. So I didn't want to just throw it out and waste it, so I decided to use one of them to wipe on the stain and one of them to wipe off. So this color is actually the exact same color I used on the hutch in my previous video. And here's the fun thing about furniture flipping. After I stain the tables, you'll see in the next clip that I just ended up not liking it at all. So wait till the next step to see how I fixed it. So it's been a few days and I've been kind of busy, so I haven't really had time to work on the furniture, but I'm back working on today. And the more I keep looking at these tables, the more I am just not liking the wood with this color. So I mixed some white paint with some water, and I'm gonna try to whitewash the top because I just don't like the way it looks. So we'll see what happens. So I mixed about 25% paint and 75% water. Every single time I decide to whitewash wood, it always ends up being a trust the process kind of situation, because the first and second coat is always like, what did I do? Why did I end up doing this? It looks horrible. But then once you get past the next couple coats, that's when it starts to look good. So if you ever decide to do that, definitely just trust the process. And here was after about the 5th coat, and I think I did about 7 coats in total before I was really happy with the end result. It was time for the final step, and that is to seal our piece. And here's my favorite, the water-based poly. And I did about 2 coats on the base and 3 coats on the top. You really want that extra protection on the top of the piece because that's where you're going to have the most traffic with coffee cups, wine glasses, books, phones, whatever it is. So you really want your piece to be protected from all that. And these 2 side tables right here that were destined for the landfill now have a second chance at finding a new home. I love the way they turned out. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below, like this video, and subscribe to my channel. And make sure to also follow me on Instagram for daily stories and updates on all the furniture that I'm doing. Thanks you guys, and stay tuned for my next video.